teach you what deductive validity is. So we're learning logic. We're learning logic to study good and bad reasoning. We want to know good reasoning. So we want to be able to evaluate an argument. So we want good reasoning. And one way for an argument to be good is for it to have deductive validity. So let's deductive validity. Oops. Okay. Now, sometimes I'll just talk about validity, but by validity we mean deductive validity. And in this class, by the word valid or validity, we're meaning something special. We're not just, sometimes people say, oh, that was a valid point, or that's a valid claim. Okay, that sort of talk, that's not what we mean by valid. So by here, we mean by deductive validity something special. Okay, so now to grasp this well, it's good to just see an example. So here's one. P1, all men are mortal. P2, Socrates was a man. Therefore, so what follows from this? If this is a deductively valid argument, all men are mortal, Socrates was a man, therefore it follows that, Socrates was mortal. Okay, so what we're talking about deductively valid arguments, we're saying that the conclusion follows from the premises. Or another way to put it is that if the premises are true, then this conclusion has to be true. So that's going to be our definition. So let's write it right here. An argument is valid, okay, equals, okay, if the premises are true, then the conclusion must be true. Okay, an argument is valid equals, if the premises are true, then the conclusion must be true. So take a look at this. If these premises are true, if it's true that all men are mortal and Socrates was a man, then the conclusion must be true. It must follow, it must be that the conclusion is true. Socrates was mortal. Okay? So if you understood that and that made sense, then go with that. Okay? The book and I will give another definition of validity. So you can, and this one might be better for you. So I'm just gonna write it. It goes like this. It's impossible for the premises to be true and at the same time the conclusion to be false. Okay, so here's another definition of validity, and these turn out to be the same thing. Okay, but it's impossible for the premises to be true. So it's impossible for this to be true, all men are mortal, and Socrates is a man. It's impossible for these two claims to be true, and at the same time the conclusion to be false. It's impossible for these to be true and this to be false. That's impossible. And if that's true, then this argument is valid, which it is. Okay, so these are our two definitions of deductive validity. I'll try to grasp them, and then we'll go into more deeper understanding of validity in the next video.